I respect everybody until they earn my disrespect. I'd like to talk about the deep, very deep corruption that is going on in the United States government right now, as I'm speaking. The corruption is rampant and it is deep. Let me see. Eric Holder now is on his second time lying to Congress. Second time now. Fast and Furious he got away with. He should have been ousted. He should be in jail for gun running, international gun running. That's what he did. And hundreds of people are dead because of his gun running operation that was supposed to track guns that you were just letting vicious Mexican drug lords buy and then ship over the Mexican border? Yeah, the corruption runs very, very deep. Let me see. Congress and Senate just repealed a law that said they could not indulge in insider trading. Now, that means that they know what laws they're going to pass and not pass. So they know what industry is going to be affected and what is not. And then they use that knowledge, that information, to buy stocks in this or that, or not buy stocks in this or that, so that they may become rich, filthy rich, off of you and I. You and I pay these scum to turn around and cheat us. They put the law in place so that they could not insider trade and become filthy rich. Now, just look at the fact that whenever somebody goes into Congress and the Senate, they come out filthy rich. They don't even get $250,000 a year in pay, yet they come out of there filthy, stinking rich. And that is because of their insider trades. They make a lot of money speaking here and there. They write ignorant, stupid books. But that has nothing to do with them becoming filthy, filthy rich off of you and I. Every time somebody from the old bunghole administration is called before Congress, they lie. Hitler lied and lied and lied. The head of IRS. Now he's lying and lying and lying. Let me see. Then we got Holder again, who's lying to Congress for his second round now. This is pure and simple corruption. We have a corrupt government. To say something abysmally ignorant as, let me see. Bunghole was way too smart to hold 157 meetings with the punk who ran the IRS. He didn't know it. He didn't mention anything to Bunghole or anywhere inside the White House about this IRS scandal. The IRS was targeting people who didn't speak what Bunghole wanted to hear. Any Tea Party organization had their tax exemptions held up for years. Years.
Well, nobody was denied.
You didn't have to deny them. When you asked them to submit book reports on any book they've read, when you asked them to submit their donor lists, and then you turn around and harass their donors, this is corruption. Pure and simple. There's no way around that. This is a corrupt government. And it runs all the way up to the illegal alien Muslim dog who has usurped our White House. You know, I'm getting really, really tired of, why do we have to have a law for every little thing that people do? And they know it's wrong, but
Well, he didn't break the law because there's no law against that.
you know, I got an idea. Why don't we just have a common sense law? You know, why did we need to make a law against child pornography? You have to. It has to be an in particular law. It has to straightforward say what you did wrong. Well, I'm pretty sure that if you were to put evidence in front of 12 people who are going to say this is right or this is wrong, no particular law. Doesn't have to be a particular law. You were either right or you were wrong. And you can get convicted on that. Because most people know the difference between right and wrong. But no. We have to write bills and laws that Nancy Pignosy is just going to stand up there and say,
Yeah, we're gonna sign this into law to find out what's in it.
yeah, this is another little bit of corruption as far as I'm concerned. It is corruption. It is your job as a senator, as a congressman, to read, to understand, to think about the implications of any law, any bill that you are going to enact on the American public. But they don't even do their job. What they're doing is they're enacting laws and regulations that they can then go out and cash in on by insider trading. Why don't we just have a common sense law? You know, what I'd really like to see? Why don't we enact a zero tolerance policy for Congress and Senate? Let me outline it for you. If any congressman or senator or this piece of shit illegal alien Muslim dog sitting in our White House tries to enact any law, any restriction, any regulation that is a violation of my constitutional rights, they should be thrown out immediately. Yeah, we'll have a little trial, but first, your paycheck gets suspended. You don't collect any more pay because you haven't earned it. Second, we'll have a little trial for you. And if the American public feels that you are violating their constitutional rights, you go. Right then. Done. That would scare the shit out of some politicians, wouldn't it? Good old Dan old bunghole Malloy here in Connecticut, his ass would have been gone a long time ago. But he's got his head so far up old bunghole's ass, all we see are his ankles. So I've renamed him Ankles now. Four-eyed stuttering fool. He's actually going to give licenses to illegal aliens in this state. Doesn't matter that 7 other states that did enact this have now repealed it. 7. 4 remain. Connecticut will be the 5th. So 11 states have enacted this crap and 7 have repealed it because of unforeseen consequences. Well, isn't that Congress and Senate's job? Isn't that the constitutional responsibility on your heads to not give people who are breaking the law a privilege that belongs to United States citizens alone? But no. This is corruption. Plain and simple. It's corruption. There's no two ways about it. Corruption. IRS corruption. DHS. Department of Homeland Security buying up hundreds of millions of hollow point rounds. Department of Homeland Security turns around and lets a bunch of illegal alien felons to walk the streets with no oversight. Janet Napolitano just indiscriminately lets 200 illegal alien felons out on our streets. That's not unconstitutional? That seems like such a violation of the rule of law that old bunghole promised was going to be the touchstone. Touchstone. What a jackass. Hey, for the guy that's so intelligent, it's called the cornerstone. What a friggin' abysmal idiot. And then we have people who are actually saying that there's no way that the 157 times that the IRS head was at the White House would he have talked to a bunghole about the IRS targeting people that he didn't like. Remember old bunghole's hit list? Yeah. Old bunghole has an enemies list. Isn't that nice? The same asshole who keeps telling us that he is constrained by the Constitution. You're constrained, huh? Seems like the Constitution has based everything that it says on Americans' freedom, its citizens' rights. You see, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights outline the powers that the government has over you and I. It doesn't outline what powers you and I have over the government. It restrains the government from its filthy tyranny and corruption. And the corruption runs deep. Why didn't any of you people notice when they were repealing this law that kept congressmen and senators from insider trading on the inside information they have on the laws they're about to enact? This is corruption, plain and simple. We all need to start paying attention to what our supposed representatives do in our name. You see, they're supposed to represent you and I. So in that capacity, you would think these people would know the Constitution by rote. Obviously they don't. They pay absolutely no attention to the Constitution. As Pig Nosy says, we gotta sign this into law to find out what's in it? No, you're going to sign something into law so that we find out old bunghole has told us a plethora of lies about it. Your premiums will go down under old bunghole care. No, they're going to double and they're going to triple. We're going to have better care? No, that's not going to happen. That's an abysmal lie. There will be a shortage of doctors, and there's going to be a flood of patients. The whole old bunghole scare is a scam. To call it a tax is unconstitutional. And I'm going to let you people know something right now. Any law that is enacted that is unconstitutional is no law whatsoever. This has been established by the Supreme Court. Court is not supreme. My Constitution is supreme. My rights are supreme. You know, the rights that old bunghole cries about, that he has trouble getting around. He is constrained. We need to impeach this dog. The corruption runs deep and rampant. Start calling these so-called representative of yours and tell them how you feel. Because if you don't, they'll just make up something. As they've been doing all along. I love my country. And I'm sick of seeing it being murdered right before my eyes. Bless us all, everyone. God bless America. Good luck to us. I think we're going to need it.